Good morning, my name is Adrian from Rabona TV, and today we're talking transfers, and I gotta say, I'm feeling good right now because I'm in my pajamas, I'm chilling. Usually I shoot these videos right after work in the evenings and then get up at 4:30 a.m. to edit them before I go to work at 7:30, 8 o'clock. But today I don't work, so I'm chilling right now. And I've got some great stuff, the freshest transfer memes for you to enjoy over this weekend to see if anything else develops. Let's start with some players that may not be moving despite constantly being linked with moves away from their clubs in every paper and electronic paper, aka the internet. Ousmane Dembele, the man who doesn't know which foot he prefers to use.
Moi, je suis plus gaucher. Et les pénaltys, vous les tirez pas du droit? Si. Pourquoi? Parce que je tire mieux du droit.
Will definitely be a Borussia Dortmund player next season despite links with Barcelona, according to the Borussia Dortmund sporting director, Michael Zorc, who said, quote, Ousmane Dembele has a long-term contract until 2021, and we are making definite plans with him. There are no negotiations with Barca. Ousmane is going to be playing with Dortmund in the coming season. Take from that what you will, because I often feel that managers, club presidents, and sporting directors in this case, often say these kind of things just so that the team that wants to acquire their player gets desperate and throws a big offer their way. Also in Germany, Bayern Munich released a statement this week saying that Robert Lewandowski will not be leaving the club despite heavy links to Chelsea and Manchester United all summer long, and by all summer, again, this past month. And another player that looked like a surefire deal, but probably will end up staying at his own club, is Alvaro Morata. Now, after winning yet another uncontested presidential election at Real Madrid, why is no one else running for it? Florentino Perez appeared on a Spanish talk show and spoke about the possibility of Alvaro Morata leaving Real Madrid. What did he have to say? Well, see for yourself.
Es un jugador del Madrid que estamos contentos y en principio nadie piensa en que se vaya. No, yo he leído que ha habido un acuerdo de 75 millones de euros, lo he leído en los periódicos.
¿Por 65 millones?
Pues es que ni nadie nos ha ofrecido nada, ni nadie ha hablado de Morata.
So it looks like he could be going nowhere. But again, this could just be a play by Perez to make sure that United pays exactly what Real Madrid is asking for him. Roma stood fast on what they were asking for Liverpool, and Liverpool looked like they weren't going to get Salah unless, like they did, they paid the fee. And speaking of which, let's talk about that. Liverpool finally kneeled to Roma's demands and paid up that £36.9 million fee. Damn. That's some big boy cash, and it may not end there as the fee could rise to up to £43.9 million in add-ons. So Salah's already Liverpool's new record signing, £1.9 million more than they paid for Andy Carroll, and it could rise to even more than that to truly trump the great Andy Carroll. Side note, I kind of like Andy Carroll as a player, because when he's fit, which is rare, and when he's in form, he's an absolute nightmare for opposition defenses to worry about with his physicality and his knack for getting on the end of crosses, and his left peg isn't bad to boot. So with that, I'd like to announce that this channel will be devoted to strictly worshipping Andy Carroll. We'll make prayers to the man bun gods. It's gonna be great, guys. I think you're gonna really enjoy the new approach to this channel. Okay, according to DiMarzio, apparently Atletico Madrid and Chelsea are ready to hit the negotiating table together to discuss the transfer of Diego Costa. Now, initially Chelsea wanted around 100 million euros for him, but after Conte made it public that he didn't want Diego at his club, that automatically cuts the asking price right down because teams know now that they want to get rid of him. So it's looking like around 60 million euros from Atletico Madrid, and Diego Costa could be their new striker. New old striker, old new striker. Which would be pretty crazy. Think about an attack with Griezmann, Diego Costa, Carrasco, Koke. Also at Chelsea, Antonio Conte wants a new centre back, and apparently he has urged the board to sign either Virgil Van Dijk from Southampton or Bonucci from Juventus. Ooh. Now apparently Van Dijk still wants that move to Liverpool, even though that looks completely dead in the water. It could still happen as you're seeing more and more reports of it happening again. And guys, we gotta remember, a lot can happen in July and August. On the other side of Liverpool, Everton have dipped their toes into the transfer window again and are apparently very close to securing the signing of Malaga attacker Sandro Ramirez. Apparently the agreed upon fee is only £5.2 million, which for me is a total steal considering this. If you are familiar with Sandro Ramirez, as I said, he's a Malaga attacker who's a former Barcelona product. He's only 21, in fact he's playing at the European Championships right now for the Spain under-21 team, where he scored 1 goal in 2 appearances. And last season in La Liga for Malaga, he scored 14 goals and picked up 3 assists, so he could be a pretty exciting signing for these guys. And I know we're bouncing all over the map today, but let's go back to Juventus and sort of Real Madrid, as those two teams are apparently in talks over the transfer of Danilo from Real Madrid to Juventus. Now, whether he would be a worthy replacement for Dani Alves is to be determined. And apparently Juventus have also been looking at Matteo Darmian, Manchester United's right back turned left back, who definitely seems to be a little bit surplus to requirements at United. However, given the injury crisis United seems to find themselves in regularly in defense, I wouldn't be surprised if Mourinho wanted to hang on to Darmian, given that he can play both on the right and the left. In fact, I think that he would rather hang on to Darmian over Luke Shaw, just given how Luke Shaw is injured 85% of the season. That's another thing that I think. If Luke Shaw has a bad season injury-wise again at Manchester United this coming season, I think that's pretty much it for him. But hey, let's just go back to Dani Alves for a second, whose contract is pretty much confirmed to be terminated with Juventus. And so it's looking like he'll be relinking with Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. Now, I don't really know how I feel about this one, because given City's preferred formation, unless they're going to change it for next season, but last season they played with 4 at the back. Now, Juventus, on the other hand, played with wing backs, so that gave Dani Alves the freedom to roam up the pitch and contributed to him having such a great season because of his offensive output. Plus, we got to remember that Dani Alves is 34, and when he was playing in Italy, it is known that in Italy the game is much slower than in the Premier League, which is more robust and fast and aggressive. So at 34 years old, does he have the physical capabilities to keep up at City? I'm not sure. Also with City, it's looking like they might have found a new left back in Benjamin Mendy, as they have apparently agreed around 40 million euros between themselves and Monaco for the French left back, who would be a great signing. However, this has been reported many times that they are close and then not close, close and then not close to finalizing the deal. So Pep Guardiola has apparently pointed out Rafael Guerreiro, the Portuguese international, and Borussia Dortmund left back as a possible replacement if the Mendy deal falls through. One of Mendy's teammates who's been constantly in the news recently is Fabinho and his apparent move to Manchester United, which was on again off again as well. But now it's being widely reported that a deal for 35 million euros plus 5 million euros in added bonuses has been agreed upon between the two parties, which is interesting because papers are also saying that Bakayoko's deal to Chelsea for 40 million or something like that is back on as well, which again opens up the rumors about Matic leaving Chelsea and going to United. So it's a very incestuous, everyone's buying from everyone there. These 3 teams should just swap squads. Throw Manchester City into the mix as well. All of them, just swap players amongst each other. However, Monaco made a signing of their own as they lured Barcelona product Jordi Mbula over to the Principality on a 5-year deal. This will be seen as a bit of a blow to the Barcelona ego, as they wanted to sign Mbula to the senior team, yet he opted to leave and go to Monaco. But I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. He was definitely promised more first-team playing time at Monaco than they could guarantee at Barcelona. Just as so many other youngsters recently have come through the Monaco ranks, and now are moving on to much bigger teams in Europe. No offense to Monaco. So it looks like this is a great move for all parties, except, of course, Barcelona. Well, by the way, if you haven't seen Jordi Mbula's goal that he scored against Borussia Dortmund in the UEFA Youth Champions League, oh my god, you have to watch that. The maziest of mazy runs and a tidy finish. I'll link that in the description or in the comment section or something, because you guys have to watch that goal. And Mbula is going to be a great signing for Monaco, and the thought of him and Mbappe together, damn, scary for defenses. And I think that is all that I had. No. Sorry. Back to Juventus for a quick sec, as their general manager, Beppe Marotta, said that they have finally received a, quote, substantial offer for Alex Sandro. Given how he's been heavily linked to Chelsea lately, this one looks like it could be a done deal in the coming weeks, which is sort of strange to me because I thought that of all the positions on the pitch, their left wing back wasn't really someone they needed to replace, because I thought Alonso did a great job. But now that they're in the Champions League, they need that squad depth anyways, so it could make sense, and Sandro is probably one of your best choices for a left back or left wing back in Europe. And Juventus have apparently already turned their sights to a new left back and are looking at OGC Nice's Delbert as a replacement for Sandro. Now, I really don't know much about him, but given how good Juventus is at finding talent, I assume he's going to be great for them, just as Sandro is going to be excellent for Chelsea, because I've seen a lot of him play at FC Porto initially and then at Juventus after, and he's a pretty underrated left back. All right. This time, I believe that is it for sure. My name is Adrian. Thank you guys so much for watching this. As per usual, which of these transfers did you not see coming? And which of these transfers would you like to see happen? Who's your club been linked to lately? Let me know. Let's talk in the comment section as per usual. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Peace.